Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel and this is one of my dogs, Bo. He will be joining us today. We are going to be doing a full body flexibility practice. You're going to need just a little bit of space to move, and let's get started. So let's begin in a nice comfy seat, and we will stay seated for a few moments. So if you do want to sit on something like a cushion of some kind or a block of some kind, feel free to do so. But I want you to place your hands on your knees when you are ready. Take a nice big inhale, lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, let your chin start to fall down towards your collarbone. Soften the shoulders, maybe close the eyes. And just take a nice big breath in and out. And then we're just going to use an inhale and slowly start to roll the head over towards the right shoulder. Maybe sitting a little taller along the way. Keep rolling the head until you start to feel some length through the sides of the neck. Soften your shoulders again. Feel the breath. Let's stay for an inhale. And use the exhale. Slowly roll your head back down so your chin ends up in front of the collarbone. Pause here. Feel the length of the back of the neck. And then with your next inhale, you can start to roll your head over to the left side. Again, maybe lengthening the spine a little more along the way. And once you feel that nice stretch through the sides of the neck, hold it here. Soften the jaw. Awesome, you guys. Stay for an inhale. And use the exhale to roll your chin slowly back down. Awesome job, you guys. Pause here with your head heavy. And then with an inhale, slowly start to lift your head back up. Nice, you guys. You can pause at a neutral place, or you can keep lifting your chin to find the length through the front of the neck. Either way, sit a little taller, lengthen your spine again. You might keep lifting your chin. You might bring your hands behind your head for support. Your mouth might even start to open as you soften through the jaw. If the chin is lifted up, take another breath in and slowly exhale. Let your chin fall back down to that neutral place. If your hands are on your head, bring them back towards your lap. And let's just take a shoulder roll. Inhale, lift the shoulders. And exhale, roll them back and down. Awesome, you guys. You can open your eyes if they are still closed. We're going to move onto our hands and knees. Get into our shoulders. So I want you to set up a tabletop. We'll be reaching our right arm out in front and taking the left arm, sliding it underneath the chest. So we'll keep our hips nice and high. Let that left shoulder come down to the floor as low as you can go. And even rest your head if you can. Your cheek or your forehead, whatever's comfiest. Just kind of finding the breath here. We're just going to stay for one more full breath in and out. Then use an inhale to lift your shoulder and your upper body back up. So that left hand's just going to come beside us. We're going to keep our right arm out in front. So try to lengthen it. Find as much length and straightness as you can. And then we're just going to come straight down with that left hand at our side for support. So this time the chest is trying to come down. You're going to feel this through the right shoulder instead of the left. You might rest your forehead. You might rest your right cheek. A little half puppy dog. and not here long, so just breathe. Let your chest be heavy. Awesome, you guys. Using an inhale, we're going to start to lift our chest slowly all the way back up. And just walk your hands in so that they're underneath your shoulders. And you're in a tabletop. And you might want to do a little shoulder roll or even rock the hips a little bit. But we're just going to switch sides. So the left arm can reach out in front as straight as you'd like it to be, because the right arm's sliding under the chest and we're getting into that right shoulder. Drop that shoulder down, rest your head, relax for a few breaths. Just settle in. Nice job, you guys. Using an inhale, we're going to start to lift right back up. Bringing the right hand beside you this time, Maybe finding a little extra length through that left arm. And then dropping the chest straight down. Feel that nice stretch through that left side. Rest your forehead or your cheek. Breathe. And your right hand is kind of there to support you from dropping your chest too far. Awesome, you guys. Let's use an inhale and slowly start to lift all the way back up. Coming into your tabletop. Take a little shoulder roll or wiggle the hips a little bit if you'd like. Nice work, you guys. Let's cross our ankles and have a seat. So you can bring your left leg out long. And let's cross our right foot over top. The left leg can stay long, or you can actually bend it in. But I want you to hang onto your front knee here. Take an inhale, find some nice length through your spine. And as you exhale, turn your chest towards the right, towards your knee. Give that knee a little hug maybe. You might even bring your right fingertips to the floor behind you. Take another inhale, sit taller. Exhale, hold your twist. One more breath in and out. Let's use an inhale to turn the chest back to face forwards, and then exhale for a counter twist. Turn your chest to the left. Lengthen your spine. Maybe the left hand is on the floor behind you. Awesome, you guys. Using an inhale, start to turn your way back through center. If you did bend your bottom leg in, you could send it back out. We're going to set up cow face though, so you might be bending your bottom leg in one more time. But try to drop the top knee towards that bottom knee. Trying to stack those knees on top of one another as best you can. So I like to rest the side of my foot instead of the bottom of my foot on the floor for this one. But you can take an inhale, hands to the knee again to lengthen. Exhale, maybe folding forwards. You might feel a nice stretch to that bottom leg and that top leg. Or if you want to feel this a lot more through the top leg, less in that bottom leg, you could bend your bottom knee in, find full cow face. Take an inhale, use the exhale to tip forwards. Nice, you guys. Just soften your shoulders. If you don't want to fold forwards, stay sitting nice and tall. Nice job, you guys. Let's use an inhale to lift up if you are tipping forwards. And then just unwind the legs as gracefully as you can so that the soles of the feet can come together and your knees will be out nice and wide. Take an inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, add a forward fold and your butterfly if you want to. Relax those toes, maybe give them a bit of a wiggle. Feel those nice hips. Soften your shoulders. Awesome job, you guys. Let's use an inhale. Lift up and out of that forward fold. You can bring your knees back together for a moment. We're going to set up our twist going the other way so the right leg can come out. Cross the left leg over top. So plant that foot Grab onto the knee. It's coming towards the chest. You can keep your bottom leg straight or you can bend it in. But take an inhale, sit tall, and exhale, turn the chest to the left. Hug your leg. Maybe you feel a little glute stretch if you're lucky. Maybe just a twist through the back and the core. But just breathe. Soften those shoulders. And we're going to be using an inhale to turn the chest back to face the front. And you can exhale right into that counter twist. Keep that spine long. Twist. Look in the direction that your chest is going, and then use an inhale to find your way back. And you can start to adjust that top leg that's crossing over. Maybe the bottom leg's going to bend in for your cow face. Maybe it's going to stay long. But just bring your hands to your top knee. Inhale to lengthen. Stay here, or exhale, tip forwards. So you might get a nice calf and hamstring stretch if your leg is out long. I find I get less in the top leg though, but there's still great variations to be in. Half cow face or full. Nice job, you guys. We're going to be using an inhale to slowly lift back up and uncross the legs. You can just bring your knees together, give yourself a little bit of a hug, a little rock side to side. We're going to cross our ankles and come back into our tabletop on our hands and knees. So let's bring our right foot forwards and actually set up a lunge. So we're not going to be here crazy long, but if you do want to roll your mat over for some extra padding on that back knee, go for it. Rest on the top of that back foot, and then just try to send the hips forwards. Find that nice left hip flexor. Maybe your chest can just stay on your knee and your hands on the floor. Maybe you feel like you need to lift your chest and soften the shoulders. It's like gravity. Pull those hips forwards and down. Awesome, you guys. We're going to slowly bring the chest down. If you did lift it up, we're going to stay in this lunge just a little bit longer, but I want to take a twist. So bring your left hand down. You can obviously skip the twist. You can just stay in the lunge. But if you want to twist, turn your chest to the right. Bring your hand to that right knee. Turn your chest. And if you want to add a little shoulder, maybe the right hand can find the low back or even that outer left hip. Still sending those hips forwards and down. All about those hip flexors. The shoulder's just an added bonus. Nice, you guys. Stay for an inhale. And release on the exhale. Come out of that twist. Nice, you guys. Slowly send the hips back. Just enough to release that hip flexor and find the hamstring. Maybe point the toes up towards the ceiling. Maybe drop the chest a little more. Stretch that back of that front leg. Awesome, you guys. And then you can just use an inhale to shift your weight forwards. Plant your hands. We're going to slide that right leg back into our tabletop. Maybe a little rock side to side for the hips. Awesome, you guys. And let's just switch sides. So you can bring your left foot forwards this time, setting up your nice deep lunge. If you need to roll your mat over, go for it, but rest on the top of that back foot. Sink into those hips. Find that hip flexor. And you can keep your chest down. You can lift your chest up. Just soften the shoulders. Find the breath. Awesome, you guys. If you have your chest lifted, you can slowly bring your hands back down. If you want the twist, the right hand will stay planted. Use the inhale, turn the chest to the left. Your hand can stay on your knee, or you can bring it to the low back, or maybe even the outside of that right hip. Soften those hips forwards and down. Try to relax the jaw. Find the balance. Breathe. And stay for just one more inhale. And an exhale to let it go. You can slowly send your hips back, finding your half split and releasing that hip. Maybe pointing the toes up to the ceiling. Just slow it down. Awesome, you guys. With an inhale, let's start to shift our weight forwards again, bending into that front knee, just so you can plant your hands and bring that left knee back to your mat. Maybe let the hips rock side to side again. Nice, you guys. All right, we're going to cross our ankles and sit down one more time and move into our quads. So you can start by sending your legs out and then just rolling to the right side a little bit. So you can just hug your heel towards your glute. You can stay on your forearm. You can stay here on your side, or if you are able to bring the shin to the floor and pivot a little bit so that you're actually sitting. Your heel will be on the outside of your hip, so you're not actually sitting on your heel. And you can keep your right leg out long if you would like. Maybe you're going to lean back. Maybe you're going to drop it down onto your forearms or lay all the way down onto the floor. You might feel your hip flexor. You might feel your ankle. You might feel your quad. So wherever you're tighter, you're going to feel it first. Maybe you get all three areas. Lucky you. You can also plant that right foot if it feels good to do so. Nice work, you guys. We're going to start to let this go and actually roll back over onto our right side. So you might already be there, but very slowly roll and send your left leg back out long. We're just going to pivot and roll over to the left side. Hugging that heel towards your glute, staying here or trying to drop the shin. Sit, lay down. Whatever you need, however far you want to go, just be nice to your knees. Any discomfort through the knee, you've probably gone too far, so come up a little. Come back to your side maybe. Nice work, you guys. Very slowly, let's start to make our way back. Roll into that left side first, and then coming all the way up into a seated position. So you can plant your feet, give yourself another hug, rock it out side to side if you would like. Awesome, you guys. We're going to cross our ankles one more time, moving around a little bit today. But find your tabletop, and then let's start to turn our fingers out towards the sides. You can keep your fingers turning out, or you can keep turning your fingers to point towards your knees maybe. Getting into the wrists and the forearms. You can do one hand at a time, but we're not going to be here very long. But I'll let you know when to switch sides. Maybe you can let your head be heavy. Let the palms get a little heavier on the floor. Feel those forearms. Maybe all the way up into the shoulders. And if you are doing one hand, switch sides. Soften your shoulders. Let your head be heavy. Awesome job, you guys. Slowly, slowly, we're going to start to let that go. We're going to take a counter stretch, or maybe you just like a couple wrist circles, but bring the top of your hands down. Maybe one hand, maybe both, just bending the wrist the other way. So your toes might be pointing towards your knees. You can do one hand. If you are doing one hand, just switch sides. Awesome, you guys. And letting that go when you feel good, and maybe adding a couple more wrist circles just to massage it out. We're going to tuck our toes underneath. Full body stretch today, you guys. I'm trying to hit most of the areas of the body. Tuck those toes. You can keep your hands on your mat, send the hips back to those heels. Feels pretty awesome to gently push into the fingertips, sending the heels back to whatever's behind you. Just really find the length through those toes. Nice job, you guys. And maybe you would like to lift your hands off the floor and just sit on the heels. Awesome job, you guys. And let's start to come back. Bring your hands down, or just untuck those toes. Give them a little love tap on the floor, a little shake if you would like. And you can start to cross your ankles. Have a seat. That is it. That is all for today. So thank you so much for joining me, and feel free to spend a few moments in Shavasana today. But until next time, namaste.